bus is turning.
Damn. Y'all gotta get off right here.
Yes, sir. Motherfucker be hitting the bus or something and they're not trying to stop us and block us up.
Wait for the police. Everybody know you hit my car.
Thanks. Nobody hit no car. I need a fucking bus. Shit crazy. So I'm riding on the bus and some lady starts cutting off the bus, telling the bus driver that they hit her. That bus driver never hit nobody. The fuck is that? Now I gotta walk. Fuck that. Fucking assholes. Why would you do that? Someone said they heard the lady. She pulled up and hit the bus and then pulled over and said the bus hit her. Who knows? Fuck them. You know what? And to top it off, I had just put like 30 pages or more of drawing and writing into a book. And I left it on that stupid bus that some person just pulled over like they had the authority of police to pull us over. It was really weird. And that sucks because I left my art on that bus. Guess that's just what idiots do. You know, like, what kind of crap is this, man? At least I can go here and vent. Haha, exactly. Exactly. February 12th, 2024. Haha. I'll just draw and write some more stuff. It's all trash anyways. And assholes get to burn it and beat me near to death in the courts, and the police and the community does nothing about it. Fuck the United States of America. And that's for real. So I was talking to my friend before I came over here in a text message. And he said he's trying to build a future for his son, but he sees no future with the way things are going. And I told him that's why I go and sit in Congress and try and figure it out, because I don't know the answers either, but there's got to be something done. Since I grew up in the area and I have friends in Congress, or at least old friends. And in fact, one of my classmates used to be the director for ethics for the federal government, Walt Schaub. He quit during number 45 because it was just too unethical. I'm going to show you about ethics of the federal government. Just as a slight to Sacagawea and the people that were here before this land was invaded and everybody was murdered and given sick blankets and poisoned food and shit and everything was stolen, there was people that lived here, but they can't even give them respect. Look at that. That's Sacagawea spelled 100% wrong. It's spelled 100% the wrong way. And they'll defend it here and say that's actually the correct way. I guess the rest of the world is wrong on how you spell Sacagawea. And the federal government of the United States that is not known to lie or murder or cheat or rape or commit slavery on a mass scale. Well, gee, now we're in the United States in 2024, where I can get almost beat to death and be robbed in public, where I had a sign out that said woman, life, freedom, that the entire community of Washington, D.C. would come and take pictures and video in front of, yet no one seems to care that I was almost murdered. And they like that gang over there at Triangle Park. You know why? Because that's where the students and other people get their drugs and their sex from. They buy it from those people at that park. They almost murdered me. They mentioned my YouTube channel while they were beating me. They also told me to respect the military. When I went to court for the grand jury, all I had to do was identify my bloody face in pictures and in video. I don't even know the result of that grand jury, if it even went to court, or if those people who almost murdered me and who robbed me got punished. But this is the United States of America, so nobody cares anyways, as long as it's not their family and their children. But little did these stupid Americans know that they're giving their children party drugs and calling it medication, which they figure out later when they're in high school and college. And parents and doctors are knowingly doing this, and authorities do not protect the citizens of the United States. And the last thing I'll say here is the greatest threat to global peace and global security is the United States government. We seem to have our fingers in all the wars and all the weapons. Dig it. That's why I come to Congress and sit in the House of Representatives and the Senate, which is right up those stairs right there. And that's where I'm going now, later. So, in sitting in the Senate today and sitting in the House, I figured out my first question. And it's a serious indignation. Why don't we get to have voting day as a holiday in this country? That's the breakthrough of the United States, voting. Am I correct? Or was it slavery and paper money? I don't know, but that's my first indignation. Why don't we get voting day as a holiday in the United States? We get Labor Day to celebrate that we can get a good job, but people work all over the world. The breakthrough of the United States was supposedly voting. At least that's what we're told, so. And then, guess what they told me when I asked? They said, talk to your representatives. So now I got to talk to the ombudsman for Washington, D.C. Or maybe I'll go talk to a former senator because I used to be in Virginia, or my former state, the Commonwealth of Virginia, I don't know. Government's crazy, but I'll tell you what, most of the time when I come up here, there's barely any people up here getting involved as citizens, and there's also usually barely anybody at all in the House or the Senate. It's that simple. No one participates in our government, and our government was set up for us to participate in it. So I'm going to try and participate. And I tried to participate just before it was shut down, but the government was shut down. Thank you, officer. So that's my question. Why don't we get voting day off? Voting day should be a holiday in the United States. That's one of the things that the United States is proud of. Voting. So I think that's going to be an important thing for us as a people to have our day for voting as a national holiday, a paid holiday. If we get paid holidays to celebrate that we can get a job and go to work, Labor Day, and all these other swell holidays, we should definitely have voting as a holiday. Of course, now, I'm crazy. Are you? Ha ha ha. And just like that, I'm back in my room. And that's Capitol Hill. I'm struck by something Minister Mensah at Shiloh Baptist at 9th and P in the Shaw area of Washington, D.C., what he said in church yesterday. He said it was a privilege to be able to go directly to God with your prayers and your requests. Some religions, like the Catholics, think you have to go through a priest and a bishop and a pope. Most people in the world speak directly to God and pray directly to God. It's not a privilege, Minister Mensah, and that's where we differ. It's a right of a permanent human being, an earthling. These are permanent rights. We all have the right to talk to God. I'm not saying God's going to appear as some mystical floating being and magically do weird stuff and glow and fly around and go, I'm an old man sitting on a chair living in the clouds with a golden crown and a scepter. But we all as human beings have the right and the ability to pray and to speak directly to God. It's not a privilege at all, Mensa. And I seriously doubt you're part of that smart people group called Mensa either. Sorry. How I see it. If you think you're privileged because you can talk to God, Minister Mensah, you're not that privileged. Everyone has that ability. Doesn't matter privilege, rights, nothing. Anyone can speak directly to God. And in fact, everyone speaks directly to God. Yet human intercessors often come in and destroy us. They shot block us and they destroy our chances to be successful in this world. And when you stand up for too long, they beat you down. So we need changes in the world. We need changes in the United States if we want to have a future for the people here, for all the people here. It's never been about all the people here. It's always been about this many in the United States. This many. However, now it's about all the people of the world. And so now I have to lead. I've been saying we for a long time and referencing people. In all reality, no one supports me in what I do. No one cares about what I do, barely at all. And I'm pretty sure most of the people that are nice to me in DC at Capitol Hill or on the police, different law enforcement, I'm more of like a novelty item. And I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be pretty much happy when I disappear. If I disappear, if I die. But I have a really negative outlook on the world when I don't have my medication. And I don't have any money. And I don't have any medication. And I get more money on the 1st of the month with my temporary disability benefit here in the city. It's very beneficial. In fact, a few of the programs that I've found here in Washington, D.C. that are specific to Washington, D.C. could benefit people across the entire country. Maybe someday we can help them learn. But the first thing is, my first indignation, why is voting day not a holiday? That must change in the United States. Or we should stop voting. So what do you think? Make voting a holiday or just give it up and have a tyranny again? No more voting, just tired tyranny. Because a lot of people go to work, their bosses don't give them the day off to vote, and they don't get to vote. They're too tired at the end of the day. And then they say they're voting for the lesser of two evils anyways, meaning our government is evil, and our presidents have always been evil since I was born, because that's what I've been told since I was able to remember. Vote for the lesser of two evils. I say no more. No more. No more of that. Let's find some good people to run our country. How about it?